Welcome back. Today, we're exploring the extraordinary life of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a man whose influence spans politics, media, and modern culture. From his eye-popping net worth in 2024 to the opulent estate he resides in and a car collection that defines luxury, we're breaking down the lifestyle of one of America's most intriguing public figures. What does life look like for a modern-day Kennedy? Stay with us. You'll be surprised just how lavish it really is. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is no stranger to the spotlight. He's an accomplished attorney, a seasoned radio host, and a passionate activist. With an estimated fortune of $50 million, his wealth reflects not only his individual achievements, but also the enduring legacy of the Kennedy dynasty. Like many in his family, Robert benefits from a massive web of real estate holdings and financial assets, first established by his grandfather, Joseph P. Kennedy. Joseph Kennedy was a visionary investor and one of the most financially savvy men of his era. In 1957, Fortune magazine estimated his fortune at an astonishing $200 to $400 million, placing him among the 15 wealthiest Americans at the time. Adjusted for inflation, that's the equivalent of billions today. The Kennedy family fortune only continued to grow. When President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in 1963, his estate was valued at $12 million, roughly $100 million in today's currency. Likewise, after Senator Robert F. Kennedy's death in 1968, his net worth was pegged at $14 million, also around $100 million now. Clearly, the Kennedy story isn't just about political influence. It's also a tale of generational wealth carefully cultivated and preserved. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. entered the world on January 17, 1954, at Georgetown University Hospital in Washington, D.C., born into one of the most powerful and iconic families in American history. He was the third of 11 children born to Senator Robert F. Kennedy and Ethel Scarkle, herself part of another influential American lineage. His family tree is legendary. His uncle was none other than President John F. Kennedy, a figure who became a beacon of hope for a nation. Another uncle, Senator Ted Kennedy, was a towering figure in American politics for decades. Growing up as a Kennedy meant a life steeped in privilege but also burdened with enormous expectations, a life shaped as much by family legacy as by public scrutiny. From the very beginning, Robert Jr. was surrounded by grandeur and historical significance. He spent his formative years between the famed Kennedy compound in Hyannisport, Massachusetts, and the family's elegant Hickory Hill estate in McLean, Virginia, two properties that remain symbols of the Kennedy brand. In 1972, he graduated from the prestigious Palfrey Street School in Boston. During that time, he briefly lived with a surrogate family in a cozy farmhouse in Cambridge, Massachusetts, an experience that marked a quieter, more personal chapter in his otherwise high-profile upbringing. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s academic path was as ambitious as his family legacy demanded. He began his higher education at Harvard University, where he earned a bachelor's degree in American history and literature in 1976, an early sign of his fascination with the cultural and political forces that shaped the nation. Determined to pursue justice, he continued his studies by earning a Juris Doctor from the University of Virginia School of Law in 1982. Not stopping there, he later attained a Master of Laws degree from Pace University in 1987, solidifying his credentials for a career that would blend law, activism, and public service. But Kennedy's rise was shadowed by deep personal loss. Tragedy struck early in his life, with the nation and his own childhood, shattered when his uncle, President John F. Kennedy, was assassinated in 1963. Robert Jr. was just 9 years old. Worse still, only 5 years later, at age 14, he lost his father, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, who was gunned down while campaigning for the presidency. At the time, Robert Jr. was a student at Georgetown Preparatory School. Upon hearing the devastating news, he joined his siblings, Kathleen and Joseph, on a flight to Los Angeles, piloted by Vice President Hubert Humphrey, to be at their father's side. Robert Jr. was there when his father passed, a moment that left a lasting imprint on his soul. He later took part in the funeral as a pallbearer, honoring his father's memory by reading powerful excerpts from his speeches during the ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery, a moment that captured the strength and spirit of a son carrying the torch of a fallen icon. The aftermath of his father's death plunged Robert Jr. into years of turmoil. By the time he was 16, he had been arrested in Barnstable, Massachusetts for marijuana possession. His descent into rebellion deepened, leading to expulsions from 2 elite boarding schools, Millbrook and Pomfret, as he and a group of wild friends dubbed the Hyannisport Terrors got involved in vandalism, theft, and heavy drug use. Among the Kennedys, Robert Jr. became infamous as the ringleader of these youthful exploits. Even during his Harvard years, his personal struggles persisted. Alongside his brother David, he delved into heroin and cocaine use, earning a reputation among classmates as both a charismatic figure and a dealer, someone who, despite his background, was spiraling into darkness. It wasn't long before Robert F. Kennedy Jr. began trying to reshape his life and turn his energy towards something meaningful. In the early 1980s, he launched his career with a strong sense of purpose. In 1983, he became an assistant district attorney in Manhattan, where he began handling criminal cases and honing his skills in the courtroom. But his true calling emerged a year later. In 1984, he joined Hudson Riverkeeper, an environmental organization committed to defending the health of the Hudson River and its surrounding communities. Initially brought on as an investigator, Robert's passion and work ethic quickly stood out. By 1985, he had earned a promotion to senior attorney after being admitted to the New York bar. This was the turning point, the start of a lifelong commitment to environmental law and justice. It was here that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. began to define his legacy, not just through the Kennedy name, but through his own relentless fight for a cleaner, more sustainable world. In 1987, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. made a landmark move in his environmental mission by establishing the Environmental Litigation Clinic at Pace University School of Law. For more than 3 decades, he served as the clinic's co-director and lead supervising attorney, playing a crucial role in training future environmental lawyers. At the heart of the clinic's work was hands-on experience. Kennedy mentored law students as they tackled real, high-stakes environmental issues, like holding wastewater treatment facilities accountable under the Clean Water Act. Their work led to meaningful reductions in water pollution and greater enforcement of environmental regulations. One of the clinic's most impactful victories came in 2010 when they took on ExxonMobil. The legal team successfully compelled the oil giant to clean up tens of millions of gallons of oil spilled from massive refinery sites in Brooklyn, New York, a powerful example of holding corporate polluters accountable. In 2000, Kennedy further expanded his legal fight for the environment by partnering with attorney Kevin Madonna to co-found the firm Kennedy and Madonna LLP. Specializing in environmental litigation, the firm has taken on some of the most egregious cases of corporate pollution. Among their most significant efforts was representing the Ramapo Mountain Indian tribe in a legal battle against Ford Motor Company, exposing the illegal dumping of toxic waste on tribal lands. The case highlighted Kennedy's enduring commitment to environmental justice and his determination to protect marginalized communities. Another major legal victory came in a case against DuPont, involving contamination from a zinc facility in West Virginia. Kennedy's persistence and legal strategy in that case earned him national recognition, landing him as one of the 3 finalists for Public Justice's Trial Lawyer of the Year. In 2016, Kennedy joined the prominent law firm Morgan & Morgan PA as counsel, broadening his platform to continue pursuing high-profile environmental cases. Throughout his legal career, he has consistently advocated for communities most vulnerable to environmental harm, especially poor, minority, and indigenous populations. Kennedy has also tackled pollution linked to factory farming and has been a forceful voice in calling for a move away from fossil fuels toward renewable energy. His critiques of the oil industry have been particularly fierce, demanding greater accountability and a pivot to sustainable energy alternatives. But Kennedy's activism didn't stop at the environment. He has also become a prominent, if controversial, figure in the realm of public health. As chairman of the Children's Health Defense, he leads efforts to spotlight what the organization sees as environmental and chemical factors contributing to conditions such as autism, ADHD, food allergies, and autoimmune disorders. The group argues that toxins and radiation play a critical role in these rising health concerns. Kennedy has also become a vocal critic of vaccines, often asserting a link between vaccination and autism, claims that have sparked intense public debate and criticism from medical experts. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. became increasingly vocal, amplifying his concerns about the forces driving mass vaccination efforts. He questioned the motives of government officials and influential organizations involved in the development and promotion of vaccines, suggesting that the push for widespread vaccination was more about profit than public health. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s impressive $50 million net worth has sparked curiosity about the luxurious homes he owns. In this video, we're taking you behind the gates to explore some of the stunning mansions he's called home over the years. Get ready for an inside look at the kind of lavish lifestyle that comes with such extraordinary wealth. Stay tuned for a fascinating tour of Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s incredible properties. Mansion in Malibu. In a recent acquisition, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and his wife purchased a magnificent nearly $5 million home in a prestigious gated community. The purchase, finalized on September 9th for $4,995,000, spans an impressive 2,959 square feet, featuring 4 bedrooms and providing plenty of room for the couple's life together, and 3 bathrooms. The home is designed with an open and airy layout, all on one level, which makes it both spacious and accessible. Rustic charm meets modern elegance, with exposed beams throughout the main living areas. The hardwood floors lend warmth to the space, creating a welcoming atmosphere ideal for family living. The kitchen is a perfect blend of old-world charm and contemporary design. With exposed brick and white tile walls, it exudes a cozy, inviting feel. The large kitchen island is perfect for casual dining or gathering, while the ceramic tile countertops enhance the rustic vibe. Above, the exposed beams continue, tying the entire space together. The couple's bedroom is a serene sanctuary, decorated with a minimalist touch. Painted in bright white, the room is flooded with natural light through large French windows, creating a peaceful, open environment. This stunning home was once owned by David C. Tedesco, an 8-time Emmy award-winning composer, and his musical influence is evident throughout the property. The fully wood-paneled great room, complete with a grand piano, offers an elegant space for both relaxation and entertaining. High ceilings and French doors leading to the outside allow for seamless indoor-outdoor living, perfect for hosting guests while enjoying the surrounding beauty. The property also includes 3 separate buildings, each offering unique spaces. Among them is a guest house with its own private bath and fireplace, an ideal retreat for visitors. This thoughtfully designed layout ensures that there's always room for loved ones, creating a balance between intimate family living and expansive entertaining. This $5 million Malibu mansion provides Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and his family the perfect blend of luxury, comfort, and a touch of musical history, offering them a spacious, peaceful retreat that they'll cherish for years to come. Mansion in Los Angeles. In addition to his Malibu home, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. currently rents an opulent property in Los Angeles for $31,000 per month. With more than 4,000 square feet of living space, this home promises to be a lavish haven fitting for someone of his stature. This home is designed to blur the boundaries between indoor luxury and the great outdoors. Floor-to-ceiling glass doors create a seamless flow from elegant interiors to sunlit exteriors, inviting nature into every moment. At the heart of the estate lies a gourmet chef's kitchen, crafted for culinary artists and hosts alike. Outfitted with state-of-the-art Thermador appliances, custom cabinetry, and an oversized center island, it balances functionality with style. Whether it's a simple breakfast or a lavish dinner party, this kitchen is a haven for creativity and connection. The open-plan living areas are bright and welcoming, leading out to a private backyard sanctuary. Here, a pristine pool and spa beckon for moments of relaxation or festive gatherings. An expansive lawn stretches beyond, ideal for leisurely afternoons, games, or peaceful solitude. Adding to its versatility, the property includes a spacious accessory dwelling unit, complete with a kitchenette, living room, bedroom, and full bath. This ADU can serve as a home office, guest suite, gym, or in-law quarters, offering comfort, privacy, and independence. Inside the main house, the master suite is a personal retreat. With a cozy fireplace, a generous walk-in closet, and a spa-inspired bathroom, it's designed for serene luxury. High-end fixtures and finishes elevate the space, creating a peaceful atmosphere to unwind and rejuvenate. This smart home is equipped with a Control 4 system for seamless control of lighting, climate, and entertainment. Security cameras offer peace of mind, while solar panels reflect a modern commitment to sustainability. In every detail, from craftsmanship to convenience, this property embodies sophistication, blending comfort with modern luxury. Whether for work, relaxation, or celebration, it offers a lifestyle of elegance and purpose. But Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s interests extend well beyond architecture. His passion for automobiles is equally compelling, an eclectic collection that reveals his appreciation for both refinement and utility. Topping his collection is the Lincoln Navigator, a full-size luxury SUV known for its commanding presence and power. With a 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged V6 engine, it delivers 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. It's not just luxurious, it's built for action, capable of towing up to 8,700 pounds, with seating for 8 and a tech-rich interior, boasting a 12-inch touchscreen and 14-speaker sound system. Priced between $76,000 and $100,000, it's a vehicle that mirrors Kennedy's active, versatile lifestyle. Next is the Toyota RAV4 XLE, more modest yet immensely practical. Its 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine generates 203 horsepower, while features like Apple CarPlay, an 8-inch touchscreen, adaptive cruise control, and lane-keeping assist make it a smart, reliable daily driver. Priced around $30,000, it's an understated choice in Kennedy's otherwise high-end fleet. The Packard Super 8, a timeless relic from the 1940s. Powered by an 8-cylinder engine, this vintage beauty offers a smooth ride and an elegance that echoes the golden age of motoring. Depending on condition and rarity, these classics can fetch between $40,000 and $500,000 at auction. It's a piece of history, restored, revered, and reflective of Kennedy's appreciation for heritage and craftsmanship. From rugged utility to retro charm, Kennedy's cars reveal a man of taste, range, and personality. Which one fits him best? Let us know your pick in the comments below. Beyond cars and real estate, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. holds a lifelong devotion to the ancient art of falconry. Since the age of 11, he has trained, bred, and rehabilitated birds of prey, earning the title of Master Falconer. He's also a licensed raptor propagator and wildlife rehabilitator, holding federal gamekeeper and scientific collector permits. In the late 1980s, he became president of the New York State Falconry Association and joined Governor Mario Cuomo's Falconry Advisory Committee. He authored New York's State Falconry Examination and the widely used Apprentice Falconer's Manual, helping shape the future of the practice in America. Another of his life's great passions, whitewater kayaking. Introduced to the sport by his father, Kennedy grew up navigating some of North America's wildest rivers, like the Green and Yampa in Utah and Colorado, the Middle Fork of the Salmon in Idaho, and the Upper Hudson Gorge in New York. Between 1976 and 1981, he co-owned a whitewater company in Maine, guiding trips and leading groundbreaking first descents in Latin America, including Peru's Pampas River in 1975, Colombia's Atrato River in 1979, and Venezuela's Caroni River in 1982. In 1993, he ventured through Canada's Great Whale River, and in 2015, he brought 2 of his sons to the Yukon where they visited Mount Kennedy, named for his uncle, President John F. Kennedy, and ran the fierce Alsek River, forging memories in the remote wilds of the North. But even a life of passion and prestige is not without its shadows. During college, Kennedy began experiencing heart issues, something he attributes to stress, lack of sleep, and high caffeine intake. In his 40s, he developed spasmodic dysphonia, a neurological disorder affecting the voice and making speech strained and tremulous. In Kyoto, Japan, he underwent a rare procedure, having a titanium bridge implanted between his vocal cords to alleviate symptoms. Later, in 2010, he faced another alarming challenge: memory loss and mental fog. In court, he testified that a parasitic worm had entered his brain and died, potentially contributing to his symptoms. He also cited mercury poisoning from excessive tuna consumption as a possible cause. Yet, skeptics remain, as medical records have not confirmed these claims, and some view them through the lens of his history with controversial health beliefs. In 2024, a Vanity Fair expose brought forward troubling accusations from the late 1990s, alleging inappropriate behavior toward a 23-year-old woman who worked briefly as a babysitter for his children. Kennedy denied the allegations, calling them a lot of garbage, and when pressed, deflected with humor and vagueness, refusing to elaborate further. In his personal life, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been married more than once. His first marriage was to Emily Ruth Black, whom he met while studying law. They divorced in 1994. That same year, he married Mary Kathleen Richardson, a close friend of his sister Carrie. Their wedding took place aboard a research vessel on the Hudson River. Their wedding was nothing short of extraordinary. a unique and unforgettable setting on the water, where the scenic beauty of the river created a backdrop both intimate and profound. For Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Mary Kathleen Richardson, it was more than a celebration. It was a symbol of deep connection, not only between them, but with the Kennedy legacy itself. Kennedy is the father of 6 children, 2 from his first marriage to Emily Ruth Black, and 4 with Mary Kathleen Richardson. His life as a parent has been a defining element of his personal journey, marked by devotion, complexity, and the quiet power of presence. Despite challenges in his relationships, his role as a father has remained one of his most enduring commitments. But behind the idyllic image, controversy often followed. During his marriage to Richardson, Kennedy became known among friends for behavior that raised eyebrows. According to Vanity Fair, he was often seen sharing explicit nude photographs of women, images many believed he had taken himself. These incidents were part of a broader pattern as reports of extramarital affairs began to surface, leading some to describe him as a lifelong philanderer. On May 12, 2010, Kennedy filed for divorce from Richardson. Just 2 years later, on May 16, 2012, tragedy struck. Mary Kathleen Richardson was found dead in a building on her Bedford, New York property. The Westchester County Medical Examiner ruled her death a suicide by asphyxiation due to hanging. Before her death, Richardson had discovered a deeply personal journal belonging to Kennedy, one that detailed sexual encounters with 37 different women. She reportedly gave explicit instructions for the journal to be released to the press if anything happened to her. Its existence cast a dark shadow over an already tumultuous chapter of Kennedy's personal life, further fueling media scrutiny and public intrigue. Following Richardson's death, a bitter legal dispute unfolded. Kennedy and her family clashed over her final resting place. Ultimately, Kennedy prevailed, ensuring that she would be buried alongside members of the Kennedy family at St. Francis Xavier Cemetery in Centerville, Massachusetts. But the story didn't end there. Shortly after the burial, Kennedy made the controversial decision to have Richardson's body exhumed and moved to a more secluded area of the cemetery. He also purchased 50 adjacent plots, presumably to reserve space for other Kennedy family members, ensuring control over the family's future legacy in death as in life. Years later, after the tragic death of his niece, Sarah Kennedy Hill, who died of a drug overdose at the age of 22, she was laid to rest beside her stepmother, Mary. The tragedy struck a familiar and painful chord with the public, casting yet another somber light on the enduring burdens borne by the Kennedy family. Sarah was remembered for her brilliance, her promise, and a voice that spoke openly about mental health, leaving behind a legacy of courage and vulnerability. In 2012, a new chapter began. Kennedy entered into a relationship with actress Cheryl Hines, best known for her role on HBO's Curb Your Enthusiasm. Their connection was sparked by none other than Larry David himself, who introduced the two. What followed was a whirlwind romance that culminated in marriage on August 2, 2014, at the iconic Kennedy compound in Massachusetts. Since then, the couple has embraced a quieter life, splitting their time between 2 homes, one in Los Angeles and the other in Cape Cod. Though often in the public eye, they've managed to preserve a sense of privacy, balancing legacy with simplicity and fame with family. But even in recent years, Kennedy has continued to surprise the public. In September 2024, Olivia Nuzzi, a journalist with New York Magazine, revealed a previously undisclosed personal involvement with him. While she stated their relationship was emotional rather than physical, the admission stirred headlines, offering yet another glimpse into the enigmatic layers of a man whose life continues to captivate, confound, and challenge expectations. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the life of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a man shaped by legacy, driven by conviction, and defined by complexities both personal and political. If you found this video insightful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next cinematic documentary. Your support means everything. Until next time, this is Celebs and Pixels.